Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dino Valley. This is your friend Jurassic Gamer. In last episode, we laid foundation to a park. The gates are open, guests are rolling in, and somehow we are still not bankrupt. Which today things are gonna get serious. We are gonna be expanding in episode two. We will be doing three things. First is we're gonna introduce a welcome zone for a guest, which is gonna connect our entrance of the park to the rest of the park. We're gonna upgrade our park entrance, as you can see in this preview, and we are also gonna introduce our first dinosaur for the park, which is gonna be a major carnivore. What would possibly go wrong, right? So let's jump back in and continue building the ultimate prehistoric empire. So this is gonna be our plaza, the part that connects the dinosaurs and the park entrance. It's gonna be a circular plaza. It's gonna have a combination of bistro and garden. So I'm gonna try to create both the views so people can come into the plaza, they can sit, relax, enjoy, have food, as well as they can take long walks through the garden. They can see waterfalls on both sides. They're gonna have a beautiful garden they can walk through. So it's gonna be a combination of both nature and amenity. Now, because our park is themed on time, let's call this the circle of time. So people are going to come from the present to this plaza, and then from here, they're going to see three gates, each leading to the different era the dinosaurs lived in. As we all know, dinosaurs lived in Mesozoic, which had three eras: Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. So these three roads are going to lead to those three era, and then each era is going to have the dinosaurs from that era. So this is not only going to entertain people by seeing dinosaur, but they're also going to learn about the different eras, what dinosaurs lived in that era and stuff. So it's going to be a educational as well as a entertainment for the guests and children. Now, I'm just gonna the thought of creating a fountain with the dinosaur statue, but then there are going to be so many dinosaurs that people are going to visit. So don't want it to make a lot of dinosaur stuff. So just thought of creating a simple fountain with a simple look instead of using a dinosaur statue. And then, as usual, planters create that give that pathway that aesthetic look. And then I always love using fences on the road. It's not only that it looks beautiful, like the roads look neat with fences in it, but it also protects the kids or the young ones from running into the bushes or falling into the water. So it's for safety and low growth. Now, because these were long paths that I've created, it took humongous time for me to fence them, but I did anyways, because it really looks good and it's meaningful to fence the roads as well. And then, so for the plaza part, the bistro part, I'm gonna create my own decoration piece. So just mixed up some lighting, planters, and foliage, and created a decoration piece, and then just placed it in different combination around the plaza sign to complete that plaza look on it. And then just gonna place some tables and chairs, fountain, and then also some vending machines. I love using those colorful vending machines. It gives us that vibrant look, but it also is meaningful. Like, it completes the bistro part, because what's a bistro without anything for the guests to eat from? So the vending machines provides that food, drinks, which, so we can say that people are going to eat here because there are actually machines from where people can eat from. So, and then since we are adopting a garden look for the bistro, so have to use fountains, because what is a garden without a fountain? So, but don't want to make them don't want to copy paste it on both sides. So just going to use same number of fountains and chairs, but just going to use it in different combinations. So still some fencing left, so just gonna complete the fencing part. I tried to copy paste the fences, but even though all of them were circular shapes, but for some reason they didn't fit right, so I had to manually build the fences around these paths. Try my best to keep it neat. But when you're actually walking through the paths, you don't actually feel the errors in the fences. Like some of the fences are an angle and not in a perfect circle. So, but when you're walking through it, it's not that visible. And then coming back to the concept of the park, so basically our park is going to be themed on era. So so the purpose of the park is not only to entertain people, but it also should teach them. Now, if a lot of people don't know the different eras dinosaur lived in, I myself didn't knew anything about the Jurassic dinosaurs like the Herrerasaurus, Lystrosaurus. No idea why these dinosaurs were so small and why were they so not dinosaur. Because when we think about dinosaur, the thing that comes in mind is large, a beast, scaly animal. But actually, if you go by the in Jurassic, these are smaller pig-like dinosaurs, which later, as the time went, evolve into this humongous beast. So this is going to be a history lesson for our guests too. How the dinosaurs evolved from different phases. What were the dinosaurs in that phase and stuff. Coming back to the plaza, there were a lot of spaces. Since it's a huge plaza, there were a lot of spaces that were empty, so just started filling up with some fountains. Now, one quick tip here: if you are gonna create a fence for a angled part, like a inclined path, the brick fences work really fine. You can make them go into the ground and create different levels. Looks really good rather than the wooden fencing which I've used for the other routes. Now just gonna finish our gates here and then place some vending machines around. So now the next part is to create the paddock for our first dinosaur of the park. Yay! A little bit excited. And also this is gonna be my first ever modular build for the park. So fingers crossed on how it goes. Uh, but just to explain you the concept of this paddock, it's gonna be so we're gonna create like a huge compound. We're gonna have a house right in between the paddock, to which guests can view the dinosaur. Since it's gonna be dead in between the compound, so the dinosaurs are gonna be on all three sides. um all three sides. On the fourth part is from where the guests are going to come, so the dinosaurs are going to be on three sides of the house. And then for the front of the house, I'm going to create like a balcony, so that the guests can watch the dinosaur without any fences in between, or without any um, uh, build without any interruption, or without any disturbance. They're going to see the dinosaurs right from their balcony. Obviously, it's going to be fenced with the invisible fences, so our guests are safe and sound. Um, and also, there are going to be different windows in the house from where the guests can watch these dinosaurs. And also I'm gonna create like a compound wall around the so kind of create like a viewing area on around the paddock as well. So it's not only the house from where the people can watch the dinosaur, but they can also take a long walk around the compound and they can watch the dinosaur from there too. So pretty good, I would say, for the first modular build. Now I'm just gonna copy and paste this into the compound, into a paddock. But first, yeah, I'm just gonna create a roof for the balcony so that you don't want our guests to get wet during rain. We all, in irrespective of any weather, we want our guests to be able to view the dinosaurs. So just gonna create a proper roof for the balcony. As usual, since it's gonna be kind of like a mini garden, just gonna use a fountain and foliage and fences to just decorate the compound of the house. Uh, just gonna make sure the pillars are in place, and then just gonna do the flooring work. Just gonna place our concrete tiles around the house, and then also want to make sure that they are into the ground and not at a level so that the guests can walk on it. So after rewatching my previous episode about the park entrance, I realized that I didn't added a parking space. We all know parking space is so much important, not just for a park, but for any building, like a restaurant, hotel, club, a library, any building. You need to have a parking space for the customers, so more and more customers can visit the place. And luckily, while I was constructing the park entrance, I did left some space, not some actually, a lot of space for situations like these. So it's actually a good practice to leave a lot of space between your buildings or between your paddocks in a park, so that later, if you don't want to use it, you can fill up with some decoration piece. But in case if you want to upgrade your building or if you want to make some changes, you definitely have that space that you can utilize for that. So definitely one of the good tips I would recommend, to leave some space in your park. Now, for the parking, we have this amazing arrival point with bus stand incorporated in it. So I'm gonna use it to showcase a bus stop. So guests who are arriving from the buses, they can, they're gonna stop there, get off of the bus, and enter the park. But for the other part, where I'm gonna add some private space for the cars, so customers who are coming through the park, they're gonna park their cars here and enter the park. So I had to do some work for that. Just gonna create a path, road signs, and parking line markers for the cars, and then just gonna place some dummy cars in it, and then just gonna create a fencing for that path from the parking to the arrival point, and then just gonna decorate with some foliage. So now, the next part is to create the compound. Like I said, for the paddock, we're gonna create a huge compound with hallways where guests can view the dinosaurs from different places, different angles. So to get that base, what I've done is I've used the same wooden frame that I've used for the house. I'm going to use that same frame to create the skeleton for the compound. And then once I have the wooden frame in place, I'm just going to place a wooden plank and the fence to create uh, to create the railing for the compound. And then once you have that base, a very just going to place the roof on top. And then once I place the roof, I'm just going to delete that wooden frame because we don't need it anymore. Once we know once we have placed our fencing and the roof, we don't need the wooden frame. So just going to delete that. Now I had created the group before, but I guess while placing the fencing and the wooden plank, I might have to split the group. So I had to manually delete each and every wooden trim that I used um, for the base. So that was a long work, but yeah. And for some reason, a lot of time when you're trying to do the undo part in the game, it doesn't actually work. I'm not sure why that happens. A lot of time when I was trying to undo my mistakes, it didn't actually work. So I have to redo everything. And then also I'm going to create the hallway to connect from the entrance of the paddock to the viewing house. We want it, so because it was to keep that part unroofed. It was looking kind of weird. So just gonna do the same hallway to connect the entrance and the viewing house, and then just gonna do the fencing to the part leading from the circle of time to the paddock. Just gonna fence that whole part. It's a long road for now because I haven't added anything in between, so it's a long road. So just gonna fence the whole place for now. And then this is where I'm gonna build my shade, maintenance shade for the park, for the paddock, for this dinosaur. Uh, and then the final part left to do is to put the name of the animal. So Herrerasaurus is our first animal of the park. Now, this was the part that I should have actually done while building the paddock, but I forgot. So I'm doing it at the end. So this is to create like a maintenance shed. So basically, when the dinosaurs, when the paddock needs repairs or when the dinosaurs are off the paddock, they're gonna be kept here. So just gonna create a house with the back entrance and a front entrance. So back entrance is where the dinosaurs are gonna be kept, and then just the front side from where the park maintenance team is gonna enter. To give it more house look, I'm gonna put some gates, windows, doors. There are some wall pieces, like the power supply wall pieces, gonna use that. So every now and then, when there are any repairs or maintenance or cleaning done in the cages, the animals are kept in a different, a makeshift or a temporary secure facility. So this is going to be that, the maintenance house where the dinosaurs are going to be kept when their paddock is undergoing cleaning or repairs, this kind of stuff. To give it more aesthetic look, I've added the props which are available. Now, because I am doing this last minute, I was not able to properly plan the place, so I just had this empty space on the back end of the paddock. So I'm just gonna place it there, and then just gonna finish the decorating the front side of the house with some planters. Also gonna place so just gonna finish placing these flowers and planters in front, and then just gonna place the containers. And I'm also gonna place the 24/7 monitoring camera to show that it's important facility which needs monitoring. And then just complete that house look with those water pipes, and then just do the flooring and the pack. Perfect. So with that, we have completed our first dinosaur paddock and also the welcome zone. Now let's take a walk around and see what we got. That's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this episode, do like and subscribe to Jurassic Gamer. Consider sharing it with someone who might enjoy it too. And don't forget to leave your feedback in comment box. I'll be back with another episode next Monday. Until then, stay wild, stay extinct.